Welcome to the first episode of the Dragon Pit podcast. My name is Chrislai, and I'm here with my co-host Mao, aka Zena.
Hello.
In this show, we will talk about League of Legends esports all around the world, and today we will be starting with the LCK. The first
Dramatic.
thing, the first thing we're gonna talk about right now is looking in general at the teams. Like roster changes happen every single year, and we gonna look at them and decide if they're an upgrade or a downgrade or like even no changes from last year. And we are gonna start with BNX, BNK Fearex. You wanna start with the first team?
Yeah, they basically didn't change anything besides their coach, and additionally, they have another mid laner with Daystar, which they promoted from their challengers roster, which I believe is a really good choice because Vikla was struggling last season a little bit, and Daystar will put some pressure on him, so he might perform a little better. If not, Daystar was really good last year in challengers. So I believe that Daystar is a really good addition to the new roster.
You think this whole roster change is now an upgrade? Because they lost Ryu. Like they have a different coach. Ryu was supposedly really seen from a lot of teams as one of the best coaches and was picked up from Genji, right? Now, moving to Ido, we don't know a lot about him. Do you think that the change on the mid lane will be enough to warrant the upgrade?
To be honest, I don't think so because Rio was probably one of the best coaches, and I think that he will be a missing piece in the BNK Fearix roster because what I've heard of that the players really looked up to Rio and his former career and as a person, so I think that he will probably be a huge miss next year.
I agree with that. My look on that is losing Ryu was like one of the worst things that could happen. Even if they have a change on mid lane, I'm looking forward to see Daystar work, but I don't know anything about Edo, so right now I think it is a downgrade.
I agree with that.
Moving on, DN Freecs. They have a
Oh.
change on mid lane, they have a change on the whole bot lane, didn't change coach. How do you look at that?
So first of all, TRX was horrible last year. I think they have the worst record that was ever recorded in LCK history with 1 and or 2 and 34, I believe, because after the spring split, the summer split went on and the standings stayed. That was the problem for them. Um, But I believe that Closer and Dr. and Peter, who were at World Finals last year on KT, are a huge pickup because as a closer fan, I think this guy is actually underrated. He was once one of the highest praised talents in LCK. Then he was kinda jailed on Rion and on Live Sandbox. But I think that he still got it in him, and I think he can become one of the best mids in LCK. Maybe not this year, but next year for sure.
I agree. Like I value Closer very high as a mid laner, and he's for sure an upgrade over Bulldog. Sorry to say to him, but like I think Closer is an upgrade. Also, Berserker coming back from NA to Korea didn't have the best showing. Doctor will be a consistent upgrade for sure. And Life is slowly falling off. He has been one of the greatest supports before, but right now Peter is more up and coming. Even though he had some struggles last year, at the end of the year he was considered one of the best supports probably in the LCK. So I think DN Freecs is an upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, Peter was swapped out by KT in spring the whole time. He wasn't playing. Polo, no, not Polo, but he got swapped out the whole time. Same for Doctam, I think. Their whole bot lane got swapped out the whole time, but they came back towards Worlds. They were completely insane. I don't know how, but they were showing off. And keeping them together, I think, is also a smart choice by DN Freecs. Not holding on to Berserker, who was. I really was a fan of him when he first joined C9, but I think that he got an A. He got an A in him now. He's not a Korean anymore.
He lost his Korean status completely. Damn.
Yeah. Also, Bulldog, I think he was insane, even on that team, but Closer he is insane. That guy is crazy.
Okay,
So
moving on to D+. Looking at D+, they still keep their core of Sivu, Lucid, and Showmaker, but they have a change on the bot lane and are adding CV Max instead of Bengi. I will start with this one. I think the change on this on the coaching role is big. From what we hear, like Bengi has established himself as a very good coach. CV Max, his rosters have been struggling to work under pressure, to say the least. Like all of these rosters that he's been coaching, like when it came down to the important parts, they were struggling. And I think this team needs that. We're gonna talk about it in a moment. The Casper Cup looked very good for them, surprisingly. So maybe I'm just copying a bit, but they still have an upgrade on bot lane. So I'm in the middle of it. I think it will not change too much. Like aiming and barrel are still like decent. Barrel griefed at the end of the year for sure, right? But I think bot lane is even. Smash is an upgrade over aiming, but I think career is a bit worse than barrel. So right now, I think for my opinion, it is an even change.
yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, career coming out of challengers, I think. Again, I think he was in LCK for like 2 months and swapped out again. Now, after being in challengers for another year, I see him coming up. He played really good on the Casper Cup. Again, we will talk about it later. I think picking up Smash is best choice you could have made. He's very, very young still. He played on T1. He was the guy that Gumas got swapped out for, a two-time world champion at that point. I mean, what can you do more than being that good to swap out the two-time world champion AD carry and still not being picked up by a team? Now he has been picked up. I think it's a good choice by him leaving T1. And I think that he will carry the whole team. I believe in him. I think he will get on a new level on D+. On CV Max, I don't know. I have not heard good things about that guy, but if they can maybe not die under the pressure, basically die, I think they will accomplish great things this year. Maybe a title.
A title is big.
Yes, I believe in them. Sivu young, Lucid young, Smash young, Career young, Showmaker. If he takes on that leader role again, and he was showing up towards the end of the year and in Casper Cup, I think they can be a really good team.
I agree. Now moving to DRX. Change on jungle, mid, AD carry, and on coach. Keeping rich. I think there is no good option. Like no good other option to pick up. Like it
I
makes
agree.
sense. Um, Losing Sponge, I think is a bit sad, and losing Kiao is also a bit sad. Like changing him to Yukel, I think that's a downgrade there. Jivu and Teddy, I don't see a big change there. Like I don't know much about Jivu, gotta be honest. But You will have probably more on that. And I think also losing Song is sad. I think I don't know much about the Joker. Joker will have to prove himself as a coach. But right now, as I'm looking at it, it's a downgrade. Maybe you have a different opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, Vincenzo coming out of Challengers, Yukel coming back to LCK. He was in LCK before. I think multiple times he got swapped out to Challengers again and coming back to LCK. Now he has another chance. Adding Jiwoo is really good, I think. That guy was really good on the Nongshim roster last year. Him and Gideon were really playing good. They were the core that completely carried Nongshim last year. And I don't know about them keeping Andal and Rich. I don't know if they can swap anybody with them, but last year they weren't good. I don't know about this year. Maybe Joker will bring them to a new level. But I can tell you, if they grieve, that guy Joker, he won't have a good time. He will be called Joker the whole time. That guy
Not a
has a
good
bad
name for
name.
that. Yeah. Then we are
Yeah,
moving.
but
Yeah.
no, Yukal, I think he has a lot of experience, which is good for their roster because Vincenzo and Jivo are really young. I think they need a leader, and I think Yukal can be that leader.
So you think? What do you think? Like, how does it change? Is it upgrade? Is it downgrade? Is it still even?
I think it's an upgrade because I like Jivo.
There comes a bit of bias, but that's fine.
No,
I will not say anything against it. I did not see a lot from Chivo, so maybe I will get surprised in the coming weeks. Now we're moving to one of the title contenders, right? Gen G not making a single change in the roster, but changing to Rio instead of Kim. How do you feel about that?
I mean, they basically had a perfect run in spring and summer. In spring, I mean, they won every game. They went 18-0, won MSI, went back to LCK, won I think 17 games more, went 30, I don't know, 34-1 or stuff like that. They were completely crazy, and again fumbled at Worlds. It's it's the never-changing story of Gen G. Maybe the coach will change a thing because the coaches are mostly the persons that try to calm the players down in the games or between the games, and maybe Rio can do that. I just hope for Chovy that he can overcome his anxiety. He told that he had panic attacks during Worlds, so I hope he can overcome it because I'm not a Chovy fan, to be honest, but seeing that guy lose every time on Worlds is sad.
Me on the other
So I
side,
think I think it's an upgrade.
me on the other side, I am a Joey fan, so I really wanna see him succeed. And adding Rio, a person that has been memed his whole life. Like there have been interviews about future teammates putting on the Ryu clip every single time he leaves his PC. He has been memed. He has a dark past kind of behind him. Adding now here and like maybe helping Joey because he's also a mid laner. Like also has now his dark moments of choking on the big stage. Maybe Ryu is exactly what Jovi needs, and I hope that this is the upgrade that they need. I still think they gonna contest first place in regular season. At the end of the year will be the important part, but I think Ryu over Kim is an upgrade here, even though Kim is a really good coach and has proven himself.
Maybe together they can put down Faker at Worlds.
Then Hanwha Life, two big changes and coach. Kanavi replacing Peanut after his retirement, and Gumayusi replacing Viper, while Viper is moving now into the LPL. And we have Homer on coach.
Yeah, so Peanut retiring, obviously really sad. I really like that guy. Honestly, at his last game, I had a little tear in my eye, to be honest, because he is, in my opinion, one of the greatest junglers we ever had in the game. And seeing him not getting his world's title after trying for so many years is sad, especially with that roster, which was really stacked. But now coming in Kanavi from the LPL, coming back to the LCK after being at Griffin in 2019, I believe. So after 6 years, he comes back. I think it is an upgrade. Peanut was not the guy that can carry anymore. He was more like a resource player, a tank player that tries to help his team show up. Like Zeka, Viper, Zeus, all amazing carry power. Now they have the carry power on the jungle. Guma, I think, is not the same as Viper. I think Viper has way more carry potential than Guma. But I think that Guma is probably the most reliant AD carry or the most stable AD carry in the world, I believe. I think even if you don't give him resources, he will show up.
I agree.
That's his biggest strength, I think. Also, Hom again pairing up with Kanavi after that year on JDG. I think 23 was the year. They really matched good, so I think it's an upgrade.
For the coaching stuff, like Hom joining with Kanavi, I agree. Like they did great stuff before, and that JEG roster was all about the jungle. I think Viper would not have fit in the system. Viper is a very resource heavy and the main carry of the team, kind of AD carry. Guma on the other side can play that role. He can fit in a system where it's all about playing for the jungle timers, playing for how the jungle can carry the game the best. So I think in overall, like from the force change in Peanut because he has to retire, it is an upgrade. It is a big upgrade, and I think that this may be what Hanwha Life needs to get one big title. Maybe an MSI, maybe a world title.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, all of them. I mean, Guma, 3-time world champion, Zeus, 2-time world champion, Zeka, world champion. They all have the potential in them to be a world champion, I think. Also, they are not rookies anymore. They are still young, with Zeka being, I think, only 23, Guma only 23, Zeus even 21.
Mhm.
So they are still young guys who can show up, but they are still veterans. So I think that they might be one of the scariest team next year.
Now we're getting to the runner-up of worlds, Katie Roaster.
Nobody knows how. That roller coaster is crazy.
From my side, like keeping Cass and PDD made sense. Like were the best mid jungle duo probably in the world currently, which was one of the most surprising Cinderella stories happening at Worlds. Losing Doctor and Peter is a bit sad. Getting aiming is probably a more of a carry version than Doctor, so he's a slight upgrade. But on the support role, losing Peter is harsh. They are now trying to replace him with, I think, Polo. Polo is a rookie, if I'm right.
Hollow was on Fearx, not Fearx, Brior before,
Okay.
but he got replaced every then and now, and he was at the verge of playing LCK. He was playing LCK, then Challengers, LCK, then Challengers, so
Okay.
basically
So
a rookie.
he has been struggling in the LCK and adding Ghost. Ghost now role swapping after his doomed split in South America, not promoting
Yes.
to the LTA. Role swapping to support, and now maybe having this veteran position in the team. I think it's a flip. We have not
Yes.
seen Ghost on support ever, and they're not sure about coach yet. Score has not renewed. We don't have any information about what is happening, but I think this may be a downgrade. Peter was very important for how they were playing, and Doctom fitted kind of well. Also, this is very personal bias. When Perfect locked in Yorick, that was the moment I knew they need a new top laner. Game 5 words, blind picking Yorick, I could not do
Yeah.
this. No, like not blind picking, like picking Yorick into Ornn. I could not live through this. I wanted somebody new on top lane. They could not get somebody new, so they kept perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with the aiming thing. I just think that he is. I don't know what is with that guy. In regular season, he always shows up. He can carry everything. And when it comes to playoffs, he just is a bronze player for some reason. I don't know what it is with him. Maybe anxiety like Chovy has. On Polo, he's basically a flip. He was on Challengers, he was on LCK before. He was not showing up. Maybe it's a safety point for them. If Ghost doesn't work, they at least have a real support. Um, but yeah, I agree. I think that team is a whole flip, basically. BDD and Cuss, they are jailed once again, I think.
Okay, moving to Nonshin Red Force.
I'm so happy having
You,
Scout in the LCK. It's so nice. Seeing Scout play Faker, it's so cool. Oh, I love Scout in LCK. I think he will show up, even though his last year in JDG was not the best. I think some fans even called him the most washed player in LCK, in LPL, sorry. But I think he can show up when it matters, especially in the LCK, being home again, having new people around. Maybe he will be good again. Vonch, we talked about him. He was on DRX. He was actually showing up on that team, even though they weren't that good. But Gideon is the same thing there. I think he was showing up on Nongshim. So I believe they basically are on par with each other. Teahun, that guy comes from LPA, I think, right?
mm-hmm.
He was on WE, they were terrible. I don't know. They were completely grieving. They were basically DNF of LPL. So I don't know about that guy. Especially replacing Jiwoo, who I think is really good.
So now, balancing the scout pickup and losing Geo. You think it's a downgrade, it's an upgrade, or is it even?
If Scout can show up like he did in the past, I think it's an upgrade. If not, they are doomed. They are doomed.
I see it very similar. I think Scout, I think though, Scout even in his worst state is probably better than Calyx.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree with that.
so he's an upgrade there. Again, Gideon Sponge is kind of similar, but I think Sponge is a slight upgrade from Champion Pool wise. Like I've seen Sponge do a lot of great stuff on peanut style champions actually. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that fits very well in the team. Again, Taeyun is a little bit of a flip here. Like he did not have the greatest year in Team WE, so maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe he's the goat. We don't like, can't see. But right now, I would give it an upgrade. I think Sponge has the slight edge. I think Scout is upgrade. Yeah, Jivu is losing Jivu is hard, but I think it looks like an upgrade to me.
And also Nongshim doesn't have a coaching staff yet. Shelly hasn't resigned. Maybe they tried to get Score. Maybe, we don't know. Maybe that's why he didn't resign to KT.
Mhm.
But as far as we know, they don't have a coaching staff yet. So I think it might be a little upgrade. Not a huge one.
Now we're moving on to Brion. They lost
The
Morgan.
Lord. The Lord.
They picked up
Lord Morgan.
Teddy. They still have the same coach. They lost Polo, and
They basically have a new roster. A whole new roster. Besides the coach.
they've changed everybody. Yeah. How do you feel about the new roster?
I honestly I don't know. I mean Fisher was in LPL and in LCK, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He was not showing up lately. Same goes for Teddy, who was on DRX. Maybe they can still have their carry potential. Namgung, I think, is a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
complete rookie. Casting also a rookie, I think. So I'm not watching that much challengers, so I can't tell about that, guys. I think they are young. Maybe they have potential. So let's give them a try, I think. Replacing Croco by Gideon is a surprise for me, I think, because Croco was showing up actually. I think that guy is really, really good.
I agree.
And even though Gideon is a good jungler, we talked about him,
Mm-hmm.
I think that they shouldn't have replaced Croco.
I agree with most that you were saying. And Namgun coming from Gen.G Challengers, they won one split in Challengers. In that split, they looked really good, especially also on the bot lane. So, but afterwards, the next split, they fell off. So I'm still not sure how it's gonna look. I did not look that much Challengers too, so I'm not sure if it was on him or if it was on the rest of the team. So I think from what we have
I mean,
seen though from Beyond before, that this is a downgrade for me right now. Like
yeah, I agree. I mean, losing closer is. We talked about him. We
Mhm.
don't. We both like him. We think he is a good player. I don't know about that roster. They're a complete new roster. Maybe they fit together and are playing like, I don't know, Prime Gen G,
Mhm.
but I think that's a downgrade. A huge downgrade on that.
Now moving to the reigning world champion, T1.
And the most controversial one, I think.
I will start with this one. I think even though Kumayoshi was the world's finals MVP and was an important part of T1 in a lot of parts of their journey, pace is an upgrade. I think Kumayoshi is very good on his style of play or like on his champions, but even last year we've seen a struggle. Like they had to put in Smash for some metas of champions because Gumayushi was not considered good on those champions like Ezreal, Kaiser, and stuff like that. He doesn't have the big versatility. He rather stays on the champions he's good at. Pace, on the other hand, he's good on all of them. He can play all of the AD carries. There's not a single AD carry you can name me right now that Pace cannot play or has not played. So fitting in the T1 system of playing whatever they want, playing their style that they want, and working with that, I think Pace works perfectly in that system.
I agree with you. I do think that T1 tried to resign Guma,
Hmm.
but he said it himself that he thought that he can't stay on T1 forever, that he needs to build his own career. Now joining HLE, trying to get titles outside of T1 with Zeus. Um, but Pace, I don't know. That guy is completely crazy. Hearing his story of his mother paying a retired pro player to help him get challenger,
Hmm.
being I think one of the youngest players that ever played in LCK on 17 years, I think. Now being tied with the most pentakills in their career, with an I think double lift,
Hmm.
sitting on 13. He is same age as me. He's 20 years old. He just turned 20, I think, 3 days ago. That guy is completely crazy, and I think that he can be even better than he is right now. I think he can be the best AD carry we have ever seen in the future. And even though I like Guma, I'm a complete Guma guy,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I think it's an upgrade, especially on the carry power. I think that Pace is one of the greatest carry players on the planet.
Also, adding on to that, I think before Pace struggled with having experience. Like in Gen G, sometimes he struggled a bit, and Chovy also had the thing of like struggling when the big stage happened, and he did so too. But slowly now in his JDG time also he looked very stable, and moving to T1, having Faker on your team, maybe the thing that he needs in his life to drop all the wrong thoughts and have a great career.
I believe that he can do the same as Carrier was a joker on DRX, and he came to T1, immediately showed up. Never, I've never seen Carrier choke again. And maybe it's the same for Pace. And if that guy never chokes, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't want to play against him.
I did see Carrier slightly choke T1 versus DRX.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, okay, my bad.
But he overcame that. Like, so
Yeah.
afterwards he was never the same.
Repeat.
Like, yes.
All I'm saying. So, coming into conclusion for the whole rosters, I think that LCK is stronger than last year, which is completely scary because I thought that LPL has no chance of winning Worlds last year. I don't know how this year. I think there's only one roster that can probably challenge the LCK, and that is BLG with Viper. But
I mean,
we will see that.
the LPL is not finished with roster swaps yet. BLG doesn't
True.
have a full roster yet. Top Esports doesn't have a full roster yet. So we don't know exactly yet how the LPL is gonna look. But as you already said, LCK looks scary. I think currently there are T1, Genji, Hanwha Life, and D Plus that look scary on the international stage. 4 teams, they will have 4 spots again, right? So, or like will fight for the 4th spot, like T1 did
Yes.
last year. So, looking in the future for all of the other regions, this looks very scary.
I'm so glad I'm not a pro player, to be honest, and play against these guys. I'm so glad. I don't want to play against that LCK. It's crazy. And they play against each other for the whole time and get better. Imagine having that competition. How? How are you gonna overcome that? Like, how? How do you do that?
I don't know. Like, we will see. Maybe I'm an LPL fan, so I hope the LPL comes back. Haven't seen an LPL team win the Worlds for a while. But for sure, this this seems tough to beat. Now moving to the Casper Cup. First chance of seeing the teams. Looking at group stage, Hanwha Life, D Plus, and T1. As we already said before, like the rosters look scary. Crushed through the group stage, joined by Cloud9, DN Freecs, Nongshim Red Force, and I just said Cloud9. Like there was 2 NA
Yeah,
teams in the tournament.
it is an invitational. There was two NA teams with Team Liquid and Cloud9. Also a Vietnam team. I think they were mostly from the Vikings, the
Mhm.
Vikings team, and also a Japan team, which I think was mostly a streamer team, I believe. Most retired players. I think one pro player was on them who's still playing. Gen G not having their full roster. I think Canyon didn't play much. He played the first day.
Yeah.
Chovy was doing his military service along with Ruler.
Mhm.
They're the 2 month. They don't had to do it because they won both a gold medal on the Asia Games, but people in Korea like if they do it, so they decided this year is the year they're gonna do it. Normally on the Casper Cup they are never full rosters, but this year was important because this time Casper Cup matters for the Asia Games. So they say if you don't play on Casper Cup, you're not be able to play on Asia Games. And as I said, everyone wants to play on Asia Games.
Mhm.
Because if you have the gold medal, you can have a long career because you don't need to go to the military service. And I think it went as we expected. D plus, HLE, T1, full roster strength, completely crushed the competition. Nongshim went through Cloud9 and DN. I think was expected to.
Yeah, like them being the 4 teams in the playoffs after Genji. as you said already,
Yeah.
didn't have the full power. Looking at how it went, the four teams being in the playoffs, being Nongshim, DK, Hanwha Life, and T1, was not surprising. Damwon winning the first round against Nongshim was also not surprising, and Nongshim instantly getting kicked out, sadly, in the losers bracket. Hanwha Life winning the first series against T1. All of the Hanwha Life T1 series, like it was really hard to watch for people outside of Korea. But if you get the chance to, you should watch them. Those were cinema.
Yes.
Were really interesting. Also, the Damwon series against both Hanwha Life and T1 went to 5 games. Like all of the round twos and finals went to 5 games. Those were absolute cinema. Those were
Yeah.
crazy.
I think DK had they were 2-0 down against HLE.
Hmm.
Won 2 games, almost reverse sweep them, and I think there shows that they are all young players. Smash coming in for the first time as a fully contracted LCK player. Career coming out of challengers. I think we have seen them struggle a bit in game fives under the pressure. HLE having all these veterans playing in a game five,
Hmm.
showing up. Same for T1. Again, DK was 2-0 up this time, not even 2-0 down. They were 2-0 up, get reverse swept by T1. It's hard, but I think Pace completely won behind that series, by the way. He was crazy. I think he got a pentakill on that series. He got like 3 quadra kills. He was the guy that completely carried that series.
Yeah, the first look on everything was great. Pace had his first great showing in T1. The whole team got the first chance on the stage, and they showed they're still right now the same contenders, even though they changed one player out, still contenders that they were before. Hanwha Life also showing great stuff. Kanavi and Gumayushi fitting into the playstyle they had, or like changing a bit, right? But they did great stuff. And Damwon, I think Damwon before the whole Casper Cup, again, I said I was expecting a lot, but I wasn't expecting a lot so fast. I did not expect
Yes.
first showing to be that good. So I am hyped to see how Damwon evolves over the first split.
Yeah. Also, HLE, I don't know what that last game was in the finals. Being crushed in like 22 minutes, 23 to 1 kill. I don't know that game. I think they Guma and Delight lost lane level 1. I think
Hmm.
Owner perma ulting mid on these two guys and Carrier basically first timing Yumi. I've never seen him play Yumi in my life. And afterwards he said, "Pace is good enough, so I can play Yumi." But I don't know. I think it feels already like T1 is putting everything on Pace. And I think he can deliver. He showed it. I think he will deliver. I think HLE will overcome this loss.
Hmm.
I don't think that is really bad for them. And I also think that these games can happen.
Yeah.
Like you can have an off game. It's a human thing to have an off game. Like they are all humans. They are no gods. So the finals were good, I think,
Again,
for Pace.
it's a preseason tournament, so
Yeah,
normally teams don't have the best showing outside of maybe LPL teams. Like last time, AL won the preseason tournament, and suddenly AL was the greatest team in the LPL. But for Korea, normally the preseason tournament does not have that much of a say. This time, it
yeah,
still had a lot of promising things to show, and makes it makes me very hyped to see the future split.
I agree.
Okay, that was it for the Casper Cup. Now we're moving on some extra things. First and foremost, How would this historic player rank in the current LCK on his position? We are starting off with Rush.
Who?
Rush.
Okay.
Person that was in the LCK and then moved to NA.
Ah, yeah, I remember him.
How would Rush rank in the current LCK on jungle?
Rush wasn't even playing in LCK. He was playing in NA, came to LCK for 1 year. What
Yeah.
do you mean? Yeah, he would.
I got this
He's a
name from our
jungler.
production.
Okay, he's a jungler.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
will be dead last. Holy. That I mean, jungle position is stacked. I think in the current LCK, I think he wouldn't play.
yeah, I think I agree.
He would not, even on his prime, I think he would not go past Gideon, Sponge, Raptor, or Vincenzo, I think. Not to mention the other guys like Ona, Kanavi, and Kaz and Canyon.
I think in his prime he would be max top 8, place 8 maybe,
Maybe.
maybe, but
Maybe. We don't want don't wanna be mean. Oh.
Okay. Then moving on to the next one, Mad Life.
Oh. Mad Life. Hmm.
That's a hard one.
That's indeed a hard one. He was, I mean, he was playing in 2011. He was one of the earliest pro players we had in in the scene, and I think he was a really good one. He was on the Super Frost. I think they were one of the greatest teams at that time. In his prime, I would say he would be top 5 supports in the current LCK. I would say.
I thought about the position too. I think he cannot match carrier. I think
Nobody can match carrier.
I think Duro the light maybe have a slight edge on him. And then
Lehens as well, I think.
Lehens too, yeah. And then the conversation starts like carrier, Peter, stuff like that. Like I think he could come up on top, so I think he's probably top 5.
Yeah, I agree. Top 5, I think.
Now, next one is Marin. Do I say his name right?
Marin.
Top lane.
You say first.
I think top lane has like 4 strong people or 5. 4 to 5 strong people, and then there's a fall off. So
I agree.
I think he's better than Kingen. So I think he's top 5. I think he was better, like in his peak, he was better than Sivo. I think Keen and Marin is a conversation to be had. They're like, I don't know, there's a fight. I think Keen has the edge because he can play multiple things. Like a lot of different styles and do great on all of them. And I think Zeus is just on top. Doran is interesting. Like I think Marin's peak is better than Doran. I'm sorry to tell you, I think Marin would have
Don't
been
look
top
at
3.
me. I will make it short. I will make it short.
Doran would be top 3.
I think Marin is top 2.
Ooh, top 2?
I think Marin in his prime. Again, I haven't really watched that much League back then, but I rewatched everything, or most Worlds and MSI and some LCK games. And I think that Marin is the best top laner at split pushing. He is the best side lane top laner of all time, I think. And I think that he would adapt to this team fight heavy play this in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that he would be top 2, I think. I give Zeus the point that he has shown that he is the best top laner of all time, I think, maybe. But I would put Myron at top 2. I like that guy. I think he was the only top laner that really carried Faker.
Okay.
He was the guy that carried Faker to the 2015 Worlds title.
Then we're moving on to next thing. Who is this team's most iconic player?
Oh yes.
We're gonna start on the top again, the same way we did on upgrade downgrade. We're gonna start with Fear-X.
To mention, it's not on the current teams, like Fear-X was Sandbox formerly.
Mm-hmm.
So we also consider Sandbox players. Same for the other teams. Just to mention that, not that someone is confused
Mm-hmm.
what players we talk about now. Should I start?
You wanna start?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm starting. I think that Fear-X's greatest player is Clother.
I agree. I have closer written
Okay,
down.
okay. I mean, he played on that organization for like 3 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was after he moved from T1. He was the guy that should replace Faker. He basically got that from Scout, who was formerly a guy who should replace Faker.
Mm-hmm.
And Closer saw that he can't replace Faker, basically. Went to Sandbox, was one of the greatest talents in LCK, and he basically showed up. I think Closer was on Sandbox a great player. I think he was from day one a pillar of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think Closer is the greatest player Fear-X or Live Sandbox has ever seen.
I agree. I like looking through the history. I did not find anybody else. So like by process of elimination, it has to be closer for me. Like when we saw anything about Fear-X or like Live Sandbox, it was all about can closer get this team to a win, can get closer, get them to
Yes.
playoffs. It was all about him. So I think he's the GOAT. Next on the list is DN Freecs.
Also formerly known as Kwandong Freecs or Afrika Freecs.
Yes. I wanna start with this one, and it's like
Yeah.
I am split between Keen and who I think is the face of Afrika Freecs, Spirit. Every single time anything about Afrika Freecs was there, if it was as a player, if it was as a coach, I thought about Spirit. Spirit was Afrika Freecs for me.
I can see that one. I put Keen personally because I think Keen was like 4 years on that roster. He was on that roster when they were 10th place. He was on that roster when they started to show up, went 8th, 7th, 9th. I think that's why Keen is the only player that has finished in every position on the table.
Mhm.
And I think he made Africa improve the most. So that's why I put Keen over Spirit. Not to talk down Spirit's legacy on
Mhm.
Afrika, but I think Keen is the greatest player of Afrika or DN Freecs.
Now moving on to D plus Kia. I think
That's a short one.
there's no
That's a short
debate.
one.
The only player to say the greatest player, Showmaker.
Showmaker.
I would have
No,
been very surprised if you brought up somebody else.
No, the only guy that can contest with him is Canyon, but he left.
Mhm.
He went for another team after they won Worlds together in 2020. I
Yep.
think. They had a successful career together, but then it fall off a little bit. I think having aiming, having Barrel who went a little bit down.
Mhm.
Canyon chose to leave, but Showmaker stayed. So that's definitely what makes him the greatest player of D+.
I think even before that, like even though Canyon was seen as the greatest jungler in the world, Showmaker was a face. Like when you looked at pictures from D plus Kia, it was like you looked at Showmaker and the story between Showmaker and Faker. Like Showmaker
Yeah.
contesting Faker as the best mid laner in LCK in those years. That was the highlight. So he was the face. He's the goat of D plus Kia for me.
Also Showmaker diffing everyone at Worlds, like diffing Prime Caps, who was in 2019 on the verge of getting a Euro title, then being crushed in 2020 by that DK roster in a really convincing way, I think. I agree with that. Showmaker is the face of D+. I think they should change their logo to a Showmaker face.
Would be a good
So
idea.
yeah,
Now we have DRX.
I will start on that one
Mm-hmm.
because have to decide now because I put two players. One of them won Worlds on that
Mm-hmm.
roster, and one of them is, I think, an iconic player who has retired recently. I think Rascal
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be put down as a DRX legend. I believe that Rascal is probably the most iconic player of DRX, but because Pyosik won that title and was evenly long on that roster, I will
Mm-hmm.
put Pyosik.
You have Piosik. I have another guy that won Worlds and was even before that a bit on their X in a different roster. I have Deft.
You have Deft, I see. Yeah, that was the third guy I was thinking of, but for me, Deft won Worlds with them. I agree. I think Deft is too well known for other teams to be a DRX, the most iconic player of DRX. I think, at least.
On my point of view, it is every single time Deft was on their X, the narrative was about him. It was Deft against Faker. It was can Deft win a title? Can Deft win anything? Even the whole Worlds run was all about him. It was just Deft. Even though the whole roster was interesting, they had Sika, Kingen, they had Piosik, they had Beryl, right? Like winning his second versatile.
Mm.
It was all about the last dance, Deft's story. So I
I
think
can accept that. I'm not mad on that one.
it's great. Like it's all about Deft. It should be the
I'm
D
not
in
mad about that
DRX
one.
is Deft. Then we have Genji.
You can start again.
I have two people, but I
Same.
think there's a slight
I have
edge towards Ruler. I think I have Ruler and
who's
Joey, but I have Ruler.
Rula and Chovy.
Yes, who do you have?
I have a really old name from the SSG times.
Oh,
I have QV,
you have
the top laner
QV.
of Rula, who
Mm-hmm,
won Worlds with him 2017. I think that QV hadn't had that longevity like
mm-hmm,
Rula. I think he was a little bit older than Rula. He's retired for multiple years now, I
mm-hmm.
think. But I think QV on that roster was he was different. He was carrying that roster with Ruler together, I think.
I, I I remember how good he was, but again, I'm going back to the who was the story about when SSG back in the day won Worlds. It was more about Crown and Ruler stepping up. And now him coming back to Genji and even before that being part of Genji, I think Ruler has been too many years here winning the title too and solidifies himself now after rejoining Genji as the most
After
iconic
rejoining,
person.
yeah, that's why I will put Ruler as well because he rejoined after his 2 years at JDG. If he hadn't been rejoining, I think I could have a conversation for QV. I just wanted to mention him here I think Ruler is the greatest player of Genji or Samsung history.
Now we have Hanwha Life.
You told me before that you will make me mad on that one.
I
So you better start now to talk.
I don't think I will make you mad. Um, it is between Chovy and Viper for me, but I think I give it to Chovy, even though he was short there. There's nobody else that I could think about in other live esports. Like they're like,
Peanut?
no,
Peanut?
no, no.
Hello?
Peanut.
Rocks Tigers? Cool Tigers? Peanut?
I,
Peanut?
I don't know. It's when I think about
Ah,
Hanwha Life, even though there's a story before that, I bring up Chovy. I think Viper was not mentioned too much, like he was the carry in the last few years, but I think that Chovy kind of brought up Hanwha Life way more in the conversations. Yes,
was
Rocks
Chovy even
Tigers.
playing mid lane on them?
Yeah.
Was he even playing mid lane on them? He played top lane, no? Or was it on DRX?
No, he played mid lane for Hanwha Life.
Uh,
He had like a
yeah, I
short
can't agree
stint
on
on
that
top
one.
lane. Yeah, like I understand Peanut. I kind of forgot a bit about Rocks Tigers, so like I'm a bit. I can see Peanut.
You should see Peanut. But okay, I have to respect you, I think.
Okay, then moving to KT Roaster.
I have two guys again. But one is probably, I think, I have to be on one guy, but I at least want to mention the other. I think BDD is the greatest player of KT history.
I have BDD written
But
down too.
I don't want to look down on Smap. After his Rocks stint, he was on KT for 3 years.
Mhm.
I think retiring in spring 2020, coming back in summer 2020, being as good as he was. And I mean, we all remember that Smap plays he made.
Mhm.
So I could start a conversation about it, being Smap being the greatest player of KT history. But I also put BDD, so I think BDD, especially with the last words results, he definitely deserves that spot.
Yeah, I have nothing to say against it. Like BDD, ever since he came to KT, he made KT relevant. The
Yes.
way he has been playing over the last few years, very consistent. He has been before the gatekeeper. There was Showmaker, Chovy, Faker, and then there was BDD.
By the way, as I look on the KT Leaguepedia now, I think we kind of look down on score, no?
Oh, maybe recency's bias is a bit.
I mean, the score was from 2013 to 2019 a KT member. 6 years he was on
And he's the
KT, but
coach now.
and he's the coach now. Maybe we grieved on that one, but I will stay with BDD.
Wow, I forgot that Score was in KT for that long. Wow.
Yeah, I forgot as well. I mean, he was an AD carry for them,
Hmm.
and then role swapped to jungle. So maybe that's why we forgot. But yeah, I don't know. I stick with BDD.
I will change to Score. Respect like the moment you said again he was jungler,
I
I remember.
yeah.
Like I have to switch to the jungler. Um, but putting respect on BDD still, like he has been a gatekeeper. There was Showmaker, Faker, and Chovy, and then there was BDD, and the rest of the mid laners were below them all the time. And his jump
For
from
sure.
that position to maybe even being considered better than all three of them, Showmaker, Chovy, and Faker, in his individual split, like last year, is one of the greatest improvements I've seen in a long time.
I agree.
Now, next we have Nongshim Red Force. And I think I have a weird answer to Nongshim.
Same. I mean that guy is my guy is still extremely young. But tell me, you start first.
I think it may be weird. I don't know how to say his name. I have DN.
Who?
DN. He has been part of Nongshim
Oh,
for like two years. He's the only guy I remember playing. He's the only guy that mattered to me when I looked at Nongshim play in any kind
tell,
of
tell
way.
me again, please. Wait.
He's now DN. He's in SK now.
Ach, Din.
Din
Yeah, yeah,
Din.
yeah.
So I don't know how
Yeah.
to say his name. Din Din. DN. I don't care. I apologize. I
Yeah,
don't know how to say it.
I mean, yeah, I put another name. I put Jivu.
But
We just we talked about him. He
yeah.
he has been playing for them for I think the summer start of 23
Mm-hmm.
through to 2025, and I think Nongshim was never bad with him.
Yeah.
They I think they consistently make top 6, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. No, I feel like Nongshim doesn't have that many great players on the roster, so I put Jivu
Mm-hmm.
because I remember him the most and I associate Nongshim with him, so I put Jivu. But I can agree on Dundun.
Now learning his name, yeah, Din Din. I think like he now moved away to the LEC and builds up his story in a different way. But back then, when he was in the team, he was the person I remember the most of the team.
I understand that.
Now, next we have Rio. Who do you have on
I
Creon?
I have His Majesty, the highly praised Lord Morgan. I think Morgan, I think he started his career on Brion. He was with them for like 4 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I think he's the face of that organization. He started his career on HLE, but
Oh.
he has been there since 2022 to 2025 now. They were never good, so he went up and down with them, I think. Maybe not up that much, often down, but I think the greatest player of Brion is Lord Morgan.
I have to agree with you. I have Morgan written down too. Like there is nobody else that would have a chance over him. I think they're like I can't name anybody else. So it
Hena
has to be. Hmm?
or Amti.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
Morgan sticking so
it's
long
Morgan.
with the team, it
It's
is
it's it's the
should be
Lord.
Morgan. Now we have only one team left, and
And
I
we
don't
all
think
know
there
who
is
that
no
goat is.
conversation.
It's Effort.
T1.
With Effort as the greatest player of all time on the team.
Most iconic player. There's nothing else to say. Faker. There's no surprise. There's nothing. Like nobody can argue. Even if you're a Faker hater, everybody knows Faker, right?
That guy, I don't know. He could be my grandfather now, and he's still playing on Worlds last year, 2025, 2024, 2023, almost 2022. What do you want from him? I don't know. Can't say much about him. He is by far the greatest player that this team has ever seen.
Yeah. Okay, now moving on to the next thing. We have how many players can you name in the LCK that is better than this player? We are starting off with Jojo Pyun.
Do we only take the same position or general players? I would say only same position.
That's the same position, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can name one.
I can name 3. I can maybe even name 5.
I can 6. I can 6.
Yeah, I can name 7.
That's okay, bro. In
Okay.
the current LCK.
Yeah.
Current LCK,
Okay.
right?
I'm gonna start.
Okay.
So we have Faker, Jovi, Seeker, BDD. Now we have Showmaker, Scout 6,
Yeah, that was my 6, guys.
and 7 closer.
I can't agree on Clotha
No,
right now. I can't.
I think
I
closer.
can't.
Like
I can't agree
I
on him.
think
I see Closer Prime being better than Jojo right now,
mhm.
but I can't see Closer now being better than than Jojo.
It's a discussion,
I
but I
can't.
think the discussion is good enough to say it's
You
7.
you can discuss it, so I will give it to you.
Hmm.
That was the guy I was thinking about putting 7, but I put 6 because the other 6 are, I think, we don't have to talk about them.
Hmm.
I will give you Closer, so good job on that one. But yeah.
Okay, next we have Doggo.
So I will start now, right?
Yes.
I start with 2. Don't think too much.
I can name 4.
I can name 5.
I can name 6.
Could name 7. It would be a discussion again, but I could name 7.
Yeah, I'm pressing go with that. Like
Okay. Yeah, the obvious ones: Guma, Ruler, Pace,
3,
Smash are 4.
4.
I think we have to give it to Dogdom.
Doctor
He,
better than Doggo is already.
I have to give him on that one. He was a world finalist last year. I think we should give him on that one.
It's very close. Very close, though.
That's extremely true.
5, I guess.
Yeah. The 6th guy I do is Diable, because that guy is out of his fucking mind. Sorry to swear, but that guy he's completely cracked. That guy was carrying BNK last year, and he was stiffing the other AD carries.
I still think it is close. It is hard to say. Like, there's a big discussion about the last 2.
Yeah, and I think that's probably where I lose, because I like Jivu.
Hmm.
I don't like aiming. I don't
Hmm.
know who you would rate higher. I will put Jivu now, because I think aiming is a generational joker in playoffs. So I will put Jivu, and I think I will lose on that one. But I can see Jivu being as good as Doggo.
I can see it in some worlds or like in some scenarios, but I think we gotta respect Doggo a bit here.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Okay, now we have name a current LCK player until we say the same LCK player.
Okay, you count down from 3, I think, right? And on 0 we.
But we will add a rule. It can't be Faker.
Okay.
It can't be
Okay, good,
Faker
good,
because
good thing, good thing.
Faker would be too easy. Okay.
But remember, after we said connect,
Yeah,
connect.
correct.
Okay, okay.
3, 2, 1. Showmaker.
Ruler, ruler and showmaker.
Okay.
Okay,
3, 2, 1. Pace.
Canyon. Canyon, Showmaker's long-term teammate.
I
now
understand,
Ruler.
I understand.
So you say Pace, right?
Yes.
Pace and Canyon. Wait. Okay. You don't get this one probably, but I will tell you.
We can't repeat names, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. 3,
Sorry.
2, 1, smash.
Guma. Okay, I put Guma because there was a huge canyon between Guma
Oh
and
my
Pace
god, that is so
in the
bad.
finals. Yeah, I see Smash.
Okay,
Okay,
Guma
wait,
and Smash. Guma and Smash.
Guma and Smash. We can put the same name, right?
We can't say the same name. Guma and Smash. 3, 2, 1, Chivo.
Owner? Chivo?
Okay, never mind. I
was-
thought completely different. I was like, yeah.
I was thinking about teammates now, and I thought you as a jungler would put owner.
No, okay,
But
okay.
I think I
No.
grieved.
Oda.
Okay, I don't know. I don't think you know that one, but I have a safe name now.
What the fuck?
Maybe you know it.
Owner Chivo. Okay. Owner Chivo.
Yes,
3, 2, 1, Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
Okay!
Okay. He was on T1 Challengers before, so I put him. I didn't know you know it.
I didn't.
You probably
I put him because he's
just a
Chivo saying jungler. Like.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Whew, that was hard. Whew.
Was close.
And we thought it might be too easy as two people.
No, I mean, if you remove Faker, it's easier. Like,
Yeah,
it's harder.
okay. Oh,
Okay, and now we're getting to a very interesting part. We are getting to the. We're gonna make an all-time peak LCK draft. It's gonna be strike draft, so second person gets to say 2 times.
how do we decide first pick?
I think you will start with first pick.
I will start.
Yes.
Okay. And normally people would think you have to put Faker because it's Faker. But we have peak, not longevity, not career. So I think that there's one role where the gap between 1 and 2 is so gigantic that you have to take him. So I first pick carrier.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna take Canyon and Peak. I'm gonna take Peak Faker.
Yeah, that was probably the obvious choices. So now I can probably take the greatest top of all time and the greatest AD carry of all time because we know each other. So I know that they are the two greatest for you as well. I will take Zeus and Ruler. And I think you agree with me on that one that these two are the greatest on their role. We had a conversation about Guma entering the greatest position in AD carry. You were the guy that told me, no, it's Ruler.
Yeah.
And I still see Ruler, but I like Guma that much that I will put him in this conversation. But I will pick Ruler because I believe as well that Ruler is the greatest right now and has the highest peak as well.
Yeah.
I think Ruler peak was
insane.
Was different.
If we wouldn't have taken him, I would have taken him. That changes a bit for me. I'm gonna take Marin on top. And
Okay. You will put him only at 4 in or 3 in current LCK. His prime only on 3 in current LCK, but 2 on your all-time peak list. I see.
I think he fits in the team.
Okay,
I think he fits in the team.
okay, okay.
I think I could have
Yeah,
chosen
yeah,
Keen, but like
I see, I see.
I think Keen fits in the team. And then I am gonna take Gumayusi.
Yeah, obvious choice. So I have two positions left.
Mid
My
jungle.
jungle and my mid laner. And it's hard on this one because on mid lane there are so great peaks like Chovy, crazy peak, Kuro, crazy peak, Showmaker in 2020, arguably one of the greatest peaks. BDD as well, having great peaks. On mid lane I will still take Chovy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And on jungle, I think in his peak, entering a conversation with Kenyon.
Mm-hmm.
You would disagree with me on that one, I know it, but I will take Owner.
Yeah, I will not agree with. I would have taken Peanut if I had a second choice. If you would have taken away Canyon, I would have thought the other choice would be for me Peanut.
I, I I thought about Peanut, but I think Peanut in 2017 had like his peak,
Mm-hmm.
and he was diffed by ambition.
Yeah.
In 2016, he was one of the greatest players, but was diffed by Bengi.
Mm-hmm.
So Peanut in his prime always had that
Somebody
one guy
better
that
than him.
was better than him. And I think Owner in his prime was better than Canyon.
Discussion. Sure. Okay, now my last pick is gonna be very controversial.
Yeah, because you have to pick a support.
I'm gonna take Peak Barrel.
Yeah,
He was what?
I put him down on my list,
Mm-hmm.
but I would have rather chosen like Gorilla, Wolf, Core, or Mata
Yes,
before
but
him.
if you think about it, Barrel
Yeah,
is what Carrier was after. He was the range support guy. He was the Heimerdinger. He was
on
the
normal
Ash.
cam.
Like, he was what Carrier afterwards became the best in the world at. That was Barrel too. So,
Yeah,
I think,
he was carrier before carrier, but
yes.
just at half the skill.
On his peak, maybe. Like, maybe you could listen. But we would discuss over it. Who won is for the comments to decide.
Yeah, I won. Vote for me.
Uh, Now we have all time make a team with a single role. All time peaks. And we're gonna make a team only with mid laners.
Mid laners. Okay.
You started last time, so I'm gonna start this time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Faker. Makes sense.
S.
Faker, and I'm gonna put Faker. I'm gonna put Faker in jungle.
Faker in jungle. Okay.
Yeah.
Only LCK mid laners, right?
Only ASK mid laners, but like all time.
Mm-hmm. I will put Chovy and put him in top lane because he had played it already.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Hmm. Now's the thing. I will take Showmaker
Mm-hmm.
and put him at AD carry because he was playing it in LCK
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when I think their AD carry was sick or stuff like
Ghost
that,
was
or
gone. Yeah.
yeah, Ghost was gone and their AD carry was not playing well, so they played Showmaker
Mm-hmm.
off roll mid AD carry, Canyon off roll mid lane, and put in their academy jungler.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Showmaker is probably the best choice for AD carry.
Okay. I'm gonna take BDD for mid lane. And I'm
No
gonna
brainer.
put Closer on top lane.
I see.
Going back to you.
So, hmm. Now's the thing. I would have taken Fake and put him on support because he was playing the Enchanters back in the days. But who also did that was Kuro. So I'm gonna take Kuro and put him on support because he was playing in the same meta as Faker in 2016 and 15, I believe, where they played Enchanters mid lane.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take Scout and put him in mid lane. Wait, what role do I have? Jungle, right?
Jungle. Your jungle is left.
Oh, my jungle is
I
left.
need a whole
Oh,
bot lane and you
no.
jungle is left.
My
Okay.
jungler is left. Oh.
Okay, so now it becomes actually hard. All time mid laners. SK. I need to check something.
Hmm.
Okay. That looks good. Okay, first I'm gonna take for AD carry. For AD carry, I'm gonna take Rookie. He counts. It's all time. He played 1 year in the LCK.
That's so cheeky.
I checked it right now. He played.
I see how you are.
I think it. Wait, is this the academy team? Katie Rosa Arrows? No, I think it was this.
It was the academy team, I
Yes. No, no,
think.
no. It was. They
It
had
was?
multiple teams. They had multiple teams in the
Yeah,
LCK
but
back
I
then.
think I think Bullets was the team in LCK, no?
Yeah, they merged. Both of them were in the
Oh.
LCK and then they merged to make Katie Rosas. So
I see.
basically, Rookie was there.
Okay.
So Rookie's my AD carry. And I'm gonna put on support. I think I'm gonna put on support Ryu. He played in the time
Ryu.
where they played the Enchanters a lot, like you were putting from them. He's a coach, or like
Yeah,
I think he would do well on support.
yeah.
You have a jungler left.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one indeed. I actually don't know. That's a hard decision to make. I was thinking about maybe moving Chovy to jungle,
Yeah.
and because he was actually playing jungle in Griffin,
Mm-hmm.
and you already have closer, right?
Yes.
Hmm. I will actually take Bulldog and play him top lane.
Who? Again?
Bulldog
You're gonna
and
take
play him top lane.
Okay, so you're moving Chovy to jungle
We're moving Chovy to jungle.
and Bulldog
He can,
top lane.
yeah. I think he will just play tanks and let my team carry. I don't have another top mid laner in mind, to be honest. You already have. Did you put Zeka already? Wait, has
No,
Zeka been put?
Zeka's free. Zeka's free.
Oh, what? Give me Zeka.
Okay, like Zeka top
Give me
lane.
Zeka.
Like
Wait, he just plays Akali top lane and we win.
yeah. I
Play
thought.
enemy picks Malphite and I pick Silas and we win. Okay, perfect. I was completely missing on that. Oh, okay, I was missing on Zeka. My bad.
These are our teams. Who won? I don't know. Comments will decide. Now we have the same thing again, like, and this time with 80 carries.
Okay,
And you
80 carries is gonna be funny now because
get first pick. So
I get first pick, so I'm gonna take Ruler and put him on AD carry.
Makes sense. I'm gonna take all-time AD carries. What are priorities to take? I mean, I'm gonna take Guma. And I'm gonna put Ghost on support. I'm gonna take Guma AD carry and I'm gonna
I
put Ghost
see.
on support because
Ghost is roll swap, baby.
because role swapping and he's one of the greatest when it comes to just playing the lane, surviving the lane. So yeah, Guma
Yeah.
Ghost. Your turn.
I'm gonna take Viper,
Mhm.
put him in mid lane,
Yes.
because he does play the mages on bot lane.
Yeah.
So I believe he can adapt to play mid lane on
Mhm.
them. And on the next pick, I don't know where I put him right now. I'm gonna put Diable.
Yeah.
Because I think that he has the best hands on the rest of the AD carries, probably.
Mhm.
Or I think he can have the best hands, I think. Yeah, I will pick Diable. I don't know where I put him yet. Maybe jungle, maybe top. I don't know. I
For now,
will see.
where are you putting him for now?
For now, I will put him in jungle, I think.
Okay.
And also, he's young. He can still adapt.
Yeah. I'm gonna take another former T1 AD carry. I'm gonna take Bang and put him in jungle. There's no exact reason. I feel like Bang would fit. Like, I think he played some Lee Sin back in the day that I've seen. Like, only Lee Sin, but like, I think I would
I
trust him on
think you
jungle.
miss him with blank.
No, like, he in solo queue. Like, not
Ah, okay,
like
okay. I
in
see, I
solo
see, I
queue.
see, I
He
see.
did not
I
play Lee
see, I
Sin,
see.
like, actually.
Yeah, I see, I see.
Then now it becomes interesting. I think I'm gonna move Gumayushi to mid lane. He played some weird picks, so maybe he can
Yeah,
do that. And I'm
yeah,
gonna put Pace at AD carry.
yeah. Smart. So I pick full now, right?
You pick mid top right now, like, or you move diagonal.
Mid, top,
No,
mid.
not mid top. Sorry, jungle
Yeah,
support. Jungle support
jungle
is open.
support. Okay, I will put Prey and put him on support.
Mhm.
Um, uh, he was great at facility AD carries, especially Ashe. Everyone
Mhm.
remembers his arrow.
Yeah.
I think he can play the range supports. Maybe he will struggle on the melee,
Mhm.
but the range supports, I think he got them. And I will take Smash.
Where are you gonna put Smash?
I'm gonna put Smash at the top lane and let Diable play the jungle. So basically, what I was thinking about, I just take the young guys, let them play their new roles, and they will adapt to it. They will. They are young. They can. No
Okay.
feeling there. I don't know. I think AD carry is the hardest role to do that.
How can I fix? Do I have to fix?
What can I fix? Wait, what
I'm
do you have?
I'm gonna last pick Deft on top lane.
Yeah, I was thinking about Deft, but I put Smash because he has better hands. I think.
Yeah. Who won? Decide in the comments. For you again, like Sun said it,
Yep.
this was it. Okay, and now last but not least, we're gonna make a tier list for the upcoming LCK split and the whole year, I think. How our expectations are for the LCK teams. We talked a bit about it before, but now we're actually gonna go over it. Where do we wanna start? I guess we start on the top. S tier, I think there's no discussion.
We start with with the tiers. We don't start with the. I would start with the organizations. On the like left to right and then
Left to
down, you
right?
know.
I
And then
think I would start with tiers. I think
okay,
T1 is
okay,
the
okay,
starting point. T1 is an S tier. There's no discussion about it.
okay. I think you would say they're only A tier.
No, there's this
Okay.
discussion.
Yeah,
Reigning world
I
champions.
agree with that one. I think they won worlds, so they are arguably the greatest team. We said they made an upgrade with
Mm-hmm.
pace, so they're probably even better. So you have to put them in S.
Yeah,
Next up on S, I think no doubt, even though they choked at Worlds again, Genji.
I agree.
I still believe that Genji might be better than T1 domestically, but maybe pace will
Mm-hmm.
change the dynamic that has been established over the last years.
Now, last but not least, I would still. I'm not sure. Are we
They are S.
putting
They are S.
Hanwha Life as the third S? I think
They are
so.
S. I think LCK has 3 S tier teams. I mean, last year Hanwha won
Mm-hmm.
the LCK Cup, went to first stand, and then Genji wiped everyone. This time I think T1 is a conversation with them. I still think Hanwha can take a title.
I agree. I think they are a great team. Their A tier would feel bad, but they
Yeah,
are the third
I
best team. I think they're slightly worse than Genji. Slightly. They could show
yeah,
up better than them. I think they're slightly worse than T1, but they still deserve to be in S tier. Now
A tier.
next, I think for me, it's D plus Kia, the first A tier team.
I agree. I think, as I told before,
Mm-hmm.
I think that D plus is maybe a title contender this year. They can be, I think, especially if they develop the talent that they have in them. So if CVMax can not put them on too much pressure, not make them choke, I think they can definitely try to be in a conversation with the S tier teams. But for now, they are definitely not on the same level as them, I think.
I agree. They showed great. They had a great showing at Casper Cup, so they deservedly are the fourth best team in our eyes, and but they are still not on the same level as the other three. So that's why they're not in S tier. That's why they're first team in the A tier. Who in your eyes comes next after D
I
plus?
the thing now is to fill all tiers. I feel like two teams now should be in B tier,
Mm-hmm. Who?
and KT and Nongshim. I feel like.
In what order?
I think I would definitely put KT in front of Nongshim. I think BDD and Cass are good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think they downgraded their roster, so that's why I even put them below D plus. But I still think that they are definitely a playoff candidate.
I think there's
I,
a discussion to be made if they're not maybe a second A tier team, but I don't mind them being in future. Like
yeah,
they still change things, so maybe it's not the same. Sorry, but BDD and Cass in the team alone
yeah.
maybe makes them A tier, but I don't mind having them in B tier.
I actually see a bigger discussion Nongshim being next to KT in B than KT being next to D plus in A. Because we both didn't know if Taeyun
Mm-hmm.
will exceed the expectations and if Scout will show up
Mm-hmm.
this year. So if Scout shows up, definitely Nongshim is gonna be next to KT, I think.
Mhm.
So that's why I will put them there. But if they don't show up, I think that maybe Diable can carry FearX to be a better team than Nongshim.
So it's not FearX where you're the next team and in the B tier.
I don't know if I need to put them B tier. That's the problem there, because
I think they're not on the same page. Like
yeah,
I think they're not on
I
the same
agree
page.
that as I said, if Scout doesn't show up and Diable shows up, I think that FearX can be better than Nongshim. But I will still put them below Nongshim.
As it currently stands and how we are looking at them, like from the expectations, I think FearX is below the Nongshim and KT Rosa. Again, like there's a discussion to be made, who's better, KT or
Yeah.
Nongshim in the future. But I think FearX, even at their peak, may not be better than KT or Nongshim.
Yeah, I agree. And now that I see it, I actually forgot one thing. I think we can move up KT and put FearX next to Nongshim, because one tier, D tier, has to be for one team. We will come to them later, but I think they deserve to be in this tier alone, to be honest.
Okay.
And I
Now,
don't want to put FearX in the same tier as now, I think, DN Freecs.
I agree.
I don't want to put FearX in the same tier. I don't know. That top side was part of the worst record in LCK history, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't change. They have Closer and the World Championship bot lane now. But Dogdem and Peter grieved the first half of the year. They were not good. So I think that team can definitely crumble.
I agree. I think at their best state, and depending on how it goes, like I think they can be better than FearX. They
Yeah,
can be, but
they can
FearX
definitely.
has to underperform, and DN Freecs needs to be overperform. So I think the position here makes a lot of sense. Now, next one. You feel very strongly. You think Prior is the D tier team? Because I
Yeah.
think so, and I think DRX is
I,
in the
I
C
I don't
tier.
know. I don't think that any team first. No, we should start with DRX with the good things.
Mm-hmm.
I think DRX has a rookie jungler
Mm-hmm.
who can show up. He played really good in LCK Academy.
Mm-hmm.
They have Jivu who showed up in Nongshim. They have Yukal who struggled a bit in LCK.
Yeah.
Maybe with his new rookie jungler, the fresh blood, maybe he can show up. But Rich and Andal, these guys, I mean, they were part of them last year. They were bad, so I can't put them high.
Mm-hmm.
That's my feeling. Maybe they can step up to be a better team, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't see
Like
it.
DRX has a chance. Again, like we said the same thing about DN Freecs. I think DN Freecs peak is probably higher than DRX peak, but they have a chance of contesting the people in the B tier. But
Yeah,
that's it. Like on a very good day.
yeah,
Uh, on the reverse day, they're still not contesting Brio for last spot, I think.
yeah. I don't know who put that roster together. Like you had Closer Croco and go to Teddy. Why? Why? Teddy is falling off since for 5 years now, I think.
I mean, we don't know what happens behind the scenes, right? Like we don't know if
Yeah,
Closer wanted out, but
they put a new a rookie jungle top laner, a rookie
hmm
support, put Gideon in who was good in Nongshim,
hmm
brought back Fisher. I don't know actually know where Fisher was last year. I will look it up quickly. Fisher was on Nongshim Academy actually. He was on
oh, Back to academy.
He was on Nongshim for the LCK Cup and no, he was for Nongshim for 1 year for summer 24 and and spring 25.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, he was on EDG, on the bad EDG.
Yeah.
So he was put back to Academy for Calyx, who was better. Now they bring him back to LCK, and I don't know why. Maybe he has developed in challengers. I don't watch challengers that often. Maybe he has developed, but I don't see it. I don't see this team succeed.
I mean, as we said earlier, it is a complete coin flip. I
Yeah.
think they should be a bad team. Like, if something very surprising happens and suddenly they are like top 5, top 6, that could happen, sure. But from what I expect the roster to look like, I don't think it will be a bright future.
I mean, if I look at this tier list, I see the bottom 5 teams. If a few of them underperform and a few of them overperform, they can change.
Mhm.
But the first 5 teams are untouchable for them. Maybe Nongshim, if
Yeah.
they step up, they can. And maybe FearX, if they really step up. But these top 5, especially top 4 with D+, showing what they can do at Casper Cup, I think they are untouchable.
At
I
the
think it's not even close.
at the other side, though, the bottom 5 can change a lot. I also think the
Yeah.
top 5 can change a lot. I think that
Agreed.
there can be a lot of movement. There is a role where Katie Rosa can upset some teams up there and become second or third best team in the region, maybe even the best, and go out as a second seed. I don't think
Yes.
that this is completely crazy to assume. Also, D plus, I think they could go up there. So the top 5 also seems very close to each other, and that makes it very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that is our tier list for the upcoming LCK season. You can judge us on that in the comments. And also, if that ends the first episode of the Dragon Pit podcast. If you stick until now, then thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.